All right, everything appears to be in order. Don't anybody touch anything. Good morning. Thank you all for being here. Why don't we go ahead and settle in for some meditation? Upon settling into a comfortable meditation posture, and after using whichever method you find most effective to allow both your physical body and your mind to settle and rest, please gently transition into meditation on the inner body. In the entire universe, there is nothing more important that you could or should be doing than being here now, silently observing sensations within your inner body. Perfectly valid aspect of this practice is for you to observe sensations in a so-called isolated part of your body. An even more valid method of this practice is for you to observe one universal sensation a sensation that extends from the crown of your head to the tips of your fingers and the soles of your feet and all space in between. Whichever method of practice resonates with you most strongly, please continue to silently observe like a mountain with consciousness. a most meaningful and profound insight from this meditation on the inner body, is that the physical body that we grasp at so strongly disappears. What emerges is emptiness of physical body. So just gently, very, very gently, for the last couple of moments of our meditation this morning, please observe the emptiness, the lack of inherent existence of physical body. In essence, conjoin your meditation on the inner body with a recognition of the emptiness of physical body. And give yourself permission to enjoy the freedom, the true freedom that comes from no longer grasping at physical body or any other entity that we otherwise regard as existing inherently. Now, now please reappear your physical body. Become aware again of your skin, flesh, bones, and so forth, and your lungs. Allow your breathing to become less shallow. Taking deeper and deeper breaths, become aware again of the garments of clothing resting on the surface of physical body. Become aware again of the surroundings inside the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of the world that exists outside of the room that you're occupying. Become aware again of nearby mountains, of nearby countries, of nearby continents, of nearby planets. We dedicate all of the merit from this morning's meditation to world peace. May all beings abide in a state of complete and perfect fearlessness. May they achieve this fearlessness through a wisdom that directly apprehends the emptiness of all phenomena, including self, May all beings be happy, peaceful, contented, and free. Completely fill up your belly and lungs with air, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes and bring your meditation to an end. Welcome back, everyone. So, in Friday's class, we we talked about sleeping and dreaming, and I read extensively from Heart of Wisdom by Geshe Kelsang Gyatso, which is a commentary on the Perfection of Wisdom Sutra. And Geshe explains very clearly how how when we fall asleep, a dream world appears and becomes manifest. And while we're sleeping and dreaming, we regard that world and everything in the dream world, inanimate objects, other characters in the dream world that we encounter, situations, and so forth. While we're sleeping and dreaming, we ascribe or consent almost to that dream world being real. Kind of a what you see is what you get sort of mentality. We never stop to think, oh, this is a dream world. It doesn't really exist. It's a mere appearance to my mind, or to be more specific, a mere appearance to my dreaming mind. Something happened that might happen. The dream might take a decidedly unpleasant turn. We become frightened and then wake up, and then the waking world appears to our waking mind. And then we go to grasping it at the people, places, situations, and inanimate objects in our waking world as being real and having inherent existence. Whereas all of those phenomena in our waking world are appearances, mere appearances to our waking mind. We go through and through classes like this and teachings like the Heart Sutra from Buddha, we'll go through and try to find, we'll go through and participate in the pointing out instructions and try to find what's really there. So let's go back to our questions that started this whole discussion, this whole ongoing discussion of the sixth perfection, the perfection of wisdom. Remember our two questions. What is there? That's question number one. Question number two is, what is really there? So, staying with our example of the shirt, and that's kind of a superficial example, because not many of us really lose a lot of sleep over a shirt that we own in our wardrobe. Higher stakes phenomena like body and self, we do lose sleep over those. But since we've been talking about shirt, let's continue with that example. So, what is there? Shirt. What is really there? Well, let's point out and try and find. Let's try and find a truly existing shirt. Let's point out and find, here's the shirt. I'm going to point at it right now. Here's the shirt. Well, no, this is actually a drawstring. It's a part of the shirt, but it's not the shirt itself. Okay, this collar, another part of the shirt, but it's not the shirt itself. Things, sleeves, cuffs, and then those parts, the cuff is comprised of parts. There's stitching here, there's fabric, there is ink or dye that made the shirt this color. What is there? Shirt. What's really there? We can't find an inherently existing shirt. Shirt disappears in its parts as we go through and try and find it through the pointing out instructions. What is really there, the answer to the question, what is really there, the word really, again, italicized, underlined, and bolded, is absence of shirt. A meaningful absence of shirt. It disappears when we try to find it. Now let's go back. Let's go back to question number 1. Hang in there, you guys. This is really important. What is really there? Absence of shirt. A meaningful absence of an inherently existing shirt. That's the first profundity of the Heart Sutra. Form is empty. This form, shirt, body, sense of self, all phenomena, its true ultimate nature, in a term that's used, is ultimate truth. The ultimate nature of shirt, self, body, room, world, everything is its being empty of any inherent existence whatsoever. Not even the teeniest trace of inherent existence can we find. Let's go back to question number 1. What is there? A shirt. Okay, we might say, so inherently exists, the shirt disappears as we try to find it, but there's nothing there. There's actually, if you examine carefully, and I don't want to go too far into philosophical rabbit holes that really won't help us achieve a better understanding and relieve our suffering anymore, but there is no such thing as nothing. So we can say that with regard to shirt, there's nothing there. What is there? Conventionally, what is there? Ultimately, so these are the two truths, okay? I'm not making this stuff up. You can go by, you can check the Heart Sutra for yourself. It's explained in detail. Ultimate truth and conventional truth. Ultimately, there's an emptiness of inherent existence. Conventionally, what's there? What is there? A mere appearance to mind. Conventionally, that's what's there, is a mere appearance to mind. Remember, the word mere means M-E-R-E. Mere appearance means that's all there is, nothing else, a mere appearance to mind. And in this context, appearance to mind doesn't mean visually cognizing a thing. It means mere appearance to mind means the thing comes into our consciousness. We perceive the thing with our consciousness. There's a mere appearance to mind. We go to find the thing, what's really there? Ultimately, emptiness. Conventionally, what is there? Mere appearance to mind. And the example that we've used before, and we have to keep going back to this because there's no better example, and I think it's a beautiful and compelling example of the union of the two truths, ultimate truth and conventional truth, is the blue sky, right? Remember our talking about this from previous series? Yep. So we stand on the ground and we look up into the sky on a clear day when the sun is shining, when there's not overcast with clouds, and we see there's a blue sky, and we grasp at it as existing inherently. there's a blue sky. What you see is what you get. So we go, okay, let's go. The blue sky is so beautiful. We all love a blue sky. Let's go up into the sky so we can get closer to it and like bathe in the blue sky and get deeper and deeper feelings, right? Because that's what we do. We grasp at things that are shiny and we want more of it and we want to get closer to it. So let's all charter a plane and go up and get closer to the blue sky and just be in it like hot springs, right? It'll be great. And we go up in our chartered plane up into the sky, and blue sky disappears. We can't find it, right? And then we're like, get disappointed, and then blue sky disappears in its parts. Somebody knowledgeable in atmospheric sciences can tell you about the different parts that comprise blue sky. I can't tell you what they are, but I know it's comprised of parts. We point out the different parts, and blue sky disappears in its parts. It disappears in its parts. We get discouraged. We didn't get our blue sky hot spring soaking experience. So we come back down to the ground and look back up at the sky, but there it is, appearing to mind again. Blue sky, shirt, body, sense of self, or I. Conventionally, what's there is a mere appearance to mind. That's the conventional nature of the thing. What's ultimately there? A lack of, an emptiness of inherently existing blue sky, shirt, body, sense of self. These two, as we can see from the example of the blue sky, exist in harmony. They complement one another. It's called the union of the two truths. And I would invite you to contemplate that with regard to the blue sky, and then transfer that contemplation over to your sense of self, because that's the most important phenomenon for us to understand and realize its ultimate and conventional nature. Because if we can come to see the emptiness of self, then there will be no basis for us to experience the sufferings of desires, attachment, aversion, and all of the other delusions which torment us and have been tormenting us since the day we were born. That's where the awakening comes from. That's where the enlightenment comes from, is awakening to this illusory sense of self. It's empty of inherent existence. We're not saying there's nothing there. What is there? Mere appearance to mind. What's really there? Emptiness. What's there? Mere appearance to mind. So these teachings don't get, as far as I know, the sutras don't get more profound than this. It's so important. Please continue to study. Ask questions if you like. Write me, email me with questions and objections, if you have any. And congratulations. We've gone through the 6 perfections of the practices of the Bodhisattva. There's a lot more, because as our mind evolves, and as our mind evolves, we can go deeper with our experience of these teachings. But over the last few months, we've gotten a fairly decent foundation in the 6 perfections. And I hope you give yourself permission to feel good about that. We'll start something new, or probably go back to Loving Kindness by Sharon Salzberg on Friday, and go back into that, because, as you know, intention is what is the most important part of why we come to understand and practice the 6 perfections. It's the intention behind the six perfections and all spiritual practice that gives those practices power. So thank you, you guys. Thank you for being here. Have a good day. Hope to see you on Friday.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff,
You're most welcome.
thank you. Bye, everybody. Boy, you stretched my mind today. Whew.